Welcome back to another video, guys. Today I will show you what are currently the 5 best brawlers in the game and why they're so strong. Let's start. 5. Gale. In 5th position we find Gale. You're probably wondering why, especially after receiving 2 nerfs, which should have had a big impact on him, but in the end were not as heavy as expected. Enters this top above all thanks to its hypercharge because it's still really boosted and they didn't change anything with the hypercharge, so you still can get team wipes. The only thing they changed is that it takes a little longer to charge. The other nerf is about the super damage. This nerf will affect him a little bit, but in the end he still remains a brawler that gives a lot of trouble to tanks and can even kill them easily, who is able to push back an entire team, and above all, who is able to cycle supers very easily. I think he will easily remain one of the strongest brawlers in the game, even after these nerfs. 4. Daryl. In 4th position, we find Daryl. Even though he received a small nerf in the last update, he still remains one of the best brawlers in the game. With this nerf, they made it a little bit harder to combine your super with your main attacks, but in the end, in reality, nothing has changed at all. Obviously, he still has 2 super straight away, both with some crazy damage reduction and a very good knockback. Sometimes you can even knock back twice with 1 super, which is insane. It's a very fun brawler to play anywhere. The only flaw is that it's very difficult and long to get the first super, but after that, if you know how to cycle correctly with Daryl and not waste super, you can pretty much win every fight. He is absolutely insane. Of course, the super is the reason why this brawler is one of the strongest in the game. 3. Surge. Climbing to the podium, the 3rd strongest brawler in the game right now is Surge. Surprisingly, this brawler hasn't received any nerfs in the last few months now. That especially many brawlers are receiving many nerfs, this brawler has slowly become one of the best in the game, especially with the addition of his hypercharge. Especially if you know how to use it well, you should be able to get some good team wipes with it. Obviously, Surge should not be played in open maps. Even if you are the best player on Earth with him, he should absolutely not be used in open maps, and this is the reason that stops him from being the best brawler in the game. But on grassy maps, it's so easy to cycle your super and destroy everyone. His gadget remains very good, which is that it allows him to immediately reload 2 shots when he gets hit and to reduce the damage of the hit taken. This makes him truly unbeatable in a 1v1, added with the notchback super. Surge is easily one of the best brawler in the game. 2. Mo. The 2nd best brawler in the game is Mo. Has received a few nerfs, but obviously this wasn't enough because right now is easily the 2nd best brawler in the game, really very close to the top of the list. Mo is a very broken brawler for his basic attack because his damage output is just crazy. They tried to nerf his damage and his supercharge rate, but as you can see, I don't think that did enough because the problem with Mo is his knockback with his super, which allows him to not be hit and to do a lot of damage. Literally, you can spam auto-aim dealing 3.2k damage instantly. And when the super ends or you deactivate it, you can immediately spam the shots. I think there are still many things to improve in this brawler to make it a little more balanced because the brawlers who can counter it are very few now. His damage with the basic attack is still very high. Not to mention his super that allows him to counter practically any brawler in the game. There is just nothing you can do against him. The only way to counter it is to try to keep your distance and hit your shots. Even if it has a lot of HP, it will tend to advance and destroy you. 1. Kenji. In 1st position, we find Kenji. This brawler received a small nerf about his gadget. Healing went from 75% of the amount of damage taken to 50%, but that doesn't take away his first position. Because this brawler is really broken. His star power, it's absolutely crazy. 5 seconds, he get 90% damage reduction. He is practically immortal also thanks to the fact that when he hits an enemy brawler, he heals a lot himself. It has a very fast reload, so if you learn to use it well, you will be able to destroy anyone very easily. I say learn to use it well because by simply spamming the attack, you will be killed easily. Simply when you're taking a lot of damage, use your gadget, and very quickly your HP will be full again, and you can easily attack your enemies. It is obviously important to know how to use the super well, which really does a lot of damage, and also allows you to heal a lot. It also allows you to instantly reload shots. So after all this explanation, I think this brawler is simply the best brawler in the game. A piece of news that has recently arrived is that Mo and Kenji will soon be nerfed when the Brawl Stars World Finals will end. So I advise you to push these brawlers as soon as possible, because there could be some very heavy nerfs coming that could totally make them out of the meta. That's all. This was the top 5 best brawlers in the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. I invite you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content. Thanks for watching.